Jack, another evening of frustration. I mean, you guys could have put that game away, but didn't quite.
Exactly. I mean, I said it on the field, when I was interviewed by Supersport. It's frustrating, It's 3 weeks in a row now where we've had, had situations where we can put them away. And that's why, we basically dominated every single part of the game, never won it. So it's frustrating.
Yeah. Coach, you made the reference to Pep Guardiola. You feel you're sort of like in a similar way, you're not really quite sure.
Exactly that's exactly what I was alluding to. I've been listening with interest about Pep. You know how long he's coached for, what he's done, and for him to admit that sometimes he feels as though it's got to be him. Because I don't think the players are not trying. I don't think the players are, necessarily bad players. I just feel that we just look like we're swimming against the current all the time. Whereas a couple of years ago, Emmy would have got past and made it past to 7 who scored that short side play. Then it gets frustrating.
Jack, just your thoughts on those couple of penalties towards the end that you didn't go to the corner and you went for the posts. It didn't seem like the balls kind of started.
Yeah, although Mike, we went for balls when we shouldn't have. We went for touch when we. You never know, because let's be fair. If we'd scored there, then people would have said it was fantastic, fantastic. And that's the point I'm making: is are we on the same page? I'm not unhappy with them going to the corner. I wanted to put pressure on the referee. I wanted him to make a call. I wanted him to, after 2-3 times of keeping us out there, to make a call. So I'm comfortable that the captain said, right, let's win this game. Drawing at 20-all, some would say take the 2 points, but we had an opportunity to win it. And one of the things you want to do in this comp is you want to win away game. So we couldn't look the gift horse in the mouth there.
Coach, just as a departure point, Percy is struggling to log in, so he's just asking, can you just sum up your
Percy?
Percy, if you could sum up the team's performance in Afrikaans.
Ja, I mean, Percy, ek dink net van my kant af is ek bietjie teleurgesteld. In fact, ek is baie teleurgesteld. Ek dink ons maak dieselfde foute. Dis nou 3 weke in 'n ry waar ons, ons kanse nie benut het nie, en ek het vroeër gesê, ek voel bietjie soos 'n bietjie in die donker tik, dus ek kan nie verstaan hoekom die spelers nie verbeter of groei nie. En is iets wat ek moet aan dink, is miskien mis ek iets, because wat gebeur is 'n jaar of 2 terug, was alles, alles op dieselfde bladsy. Ek kry tye nou waar ons skop, as ons moet hardloop, en ons hardloop as ons moet skop, en ons gaan kantlyn toe as ons paal toe moet skop, en ons gaan paal toe as ons kantlyn moet skop, en dit, weer eens, dis nie om die spelers verkeerd, dis nie, ek dink net, hulle probeer, maar soos ek sê, ons moet nou uitwerk, wat is die ding wat ons nou mis.
Okay. I heard a bit where you said about your frustration about the last 3 weeks, and you don't want to put it on the players. Does this mean that this break that you've now got, because you're obviously going to Europe, so you got a bit of a break to reassess, to maybe take as a coach or as a team or as a group to take a step back and say, what are we doing wrong? How do we fix this?
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's what I'm going to use this 2 weeks for, just to do a recap on and a reboot on where I think we are, but it's, I'm going to be careful because we played 5 out of 7 URC games away. We played Saracens, who are really a good team. I mean, they're going to be there at the back end of the European Cup games. They've got internationals across the board. Northampton were semi-finalists last year, and they won the Premiership. So when I look at that, I don't want to look at just the negatives. I mean, I've got to look at where we are, what we can do, how we can grow. But I genuinely do think that the thing that is of a concern to me is I wonder if I'm missing something, because we just don't seem to, we're not losing because of them. We're not losing because of, they become bad players. And we're not losing because we're just getting to situations where I just think we manage certain things differently to what I would like them to manage it. And that, I suppose that's why it's me. I've got to find a way in which I can get them to manage the game and take options that I want them to take because I believe they're good enough to take those options, not because I'm forcing them to take the sort of call. But like at the end there, I said kick it in the corner, gave a message to the physio, kick it in the corner, back yourself, go for the win. Some guys would say, but why did we go to the corner and not take the draw? Well, that was, but I would have liked, and I suppose I would have liked them to say, let's go to the corner and win, without me having saying that. And if they did, fine, but I'm not convinced that they would have said, right, let's win this game. And that's just something that takes time, and as I said, takes coaching. I think it's coaching, and maybe I've just got to have a reboot on how I'm going to get them to kick it in the corner and say to each other, right, we're going to win this game.
Yeah. We saw with the Stormers now. Do you feel that you perhaps just one win away from it clicking? Because, I mean, you're always close. Okay, there was one blowout, but you're always close. It seems like you guys are there and thereabouts. Do you think you're one win away from it clicking?
Well, I suppose we probably one play away from clicking. I mean, I told you just now, if we get a scrum, we run them back in the scrum. Cameron picks it up, goes down the short side. It's 3-on-1. He sort of holds on, throws it over a player to Ambrose. Ambrose makes a pass there. We jog under the poles. Ambrose, for whatever reason, he sort of holds on, gets tackled, falls on the ground, and that opportunity is gone.